In this video, I'll show you how to teach your horse to side pass towards you on the ground. I use a few different horses in this video, and for most of them, this is their first day learning how to side pass. There's two different ways I'll teach my horses to side pass towards me. The first way is this way, which is about 5 steps, and the other way I do from the mounting block, especially for horses that are a little bit too tall to reach the whip over their back. I don't show that way here, but it's pretty much the same concept except you're on a mounting block. Your horse doesn't need to know how to side pass away from you, but I recommend teaching that first anyways, just for your horse to understand the concept of the shoulder and the hip moving. The first step is teaching your horse to move their shoulders away from you, and there's 2 different ways I'll ask them to do this. I'll either stand in front of them or by their side and hold my whip parallel to their body. I'll tap on their shoulders and sometimes help them with the lead rope by tipping their nose in the direction I want them to step, slowly increasing the amount of steps you ask for. I'm happy with just 1 or even half a step for the first few times I ask. When my horse starts to understand the whip on their shoulder means for them to move off of the pressure, I can start tapping less and decrease the pressure. The second way I ask my horse to move their shoulder away from me is by standing by their side facing them, with my whip parallel to their body. Again, I can help them out by using my lead rope in my hand to point their nose in the direction I want them to step. The second step is getting your horse to move their hip or yield their hindquarters away from you. If this is your horse's first time moving their hip, ask for 1 step at a time. In this clip, I start holding my whip more upright, kind of to mimic the position the whip will be in when I ask my horse to move their hip from the other side. I do this to start getting my horse used to moving their hip from a slightly different position while I'm on the familiar side. If your horse ever gets confused and doesn't give you the answer you're asking for, don't increase the pressure, just keep it consistent until they give you the right answer, then release. Your horse is still trying to find an answer, so there's no need to punish them or increase the pressure. The third step will be moving the hip towards you. Stand on the opposite side of your horse and reach the whip over your horse's back to the other hip. All I'm looking for at the start is that tiny step that Fiesta just gave me. In this step, it's important to be very aware of when your horse is trying and when your horse gives you the correct answer. Most of the time, when you ask your horse to move their hips towards you for the first time, they'll move away from you because of the side you're standing on. Be patient and try to help them by tipping their nose if they need it. Once they're confident with 1 step, begin asking for 2 or 3. In this clip, you can see Fiesta really starts to understand that I'm asking for her to move towards me. I still give her the release after each step, but then I begin asking for her to take more steps sooner. Try to remember to work your horse equally on both sides. The 4th step is asking your horse to move their shoulder towards you. The first way you can ask is by standing on the opposite side, reaching the whip around to the other shoulder and helping by tipping their nose towards you. The second way you could ask this is by reaching your whip over their withers and down to their opposite shoulder. Fiesta gets confused here and starts yielding her hip as an answer, but when I keep asking without increasing the pressure, she gave the correct answer even if it was only a little step. The final step is putting it all together. Start by asking for the hip to move towards you and then the shoulder, or the shoulder and then the hip. Eventually, I don't want to piece together the movement and just have a simple cue, but this is good to work on body control too. If you're an American Competitive Mustang Club member, Sidepassing is the video challenge for January next month. If you haven't heard of ACMC, the website link is in my description. I'm super excited to be a judge for this first challenge and to see what unique side passing tricks everyone can come up with. If you're not sure how to start, I hope my video gave you a little bit of an idea on one of the ways you could teach your horse to side pass towards you on the ground. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, subscribe, check out my other YouTube video series including the how-to series, and stay tuned for new videos.